Welcome back to the Balanced Diet of Teletainment. And of course, we get in our midst a very casual guest with Sabi in work for inside in profession. In Sabinos, as some of us they call them. And this person, a managing consultant in terms of human resources, in terms of improving your own self-empowerment and so many other things. You need to help us make welcome inside the studio, Mr. Orji Udemezue. Good morning, sir.
Morning, well done.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Good to have you.
Yeah,
now, today we'll talk about training and professional development.
Okay.
Now, I know, say, inside Obodo, Nigeria here, a lot of companies, they actually invest in training of their workers. Now, tell us the importance of training your workers. If they make them better workers, or there is no need to actually waste money to train them.
Okay, make I just give small analogy, using farming.
Okay.
The same way they do farm. You they go farm work. You're supposed to carry a knife, hoe, to go do your work. Shebi, to do the work, jeje, you suppose once in a while make it sharpen the hoe.
Very true.
Sharpen the knife, everything, make it sharp, they do it work very well. The same thing applies to human beings. If you don't train and develop yourself, you cannot be sharpened enough to do great work. So training and development is a very important aspect of industrial revolution, of improving productivity in companies.
Now, wait, sorry, just to enter in now, because I work for a consultant firm whereby we train people a particular time, and I realized that one of the major issues that we get then are retraining, because some of these companies, yes, some of them, they actually train their staff, and then when you go back and tell them, okay, it's been over a year where you don't train your staff, come and train them again, they will tell you, say, why waste money again to train the staff?
That's the point. For any improvement and productivity to be sustained, there must be constant renewal. Every company around the world, every company will tell you, say, now their people, now be their major strength. Our people are our greatest assets. But the question is, how much are you investing in these assets to maintain them and to improve them? This is one area where Africa never, make any impact at all. And that's one of the reasons why African economies are not doing well. In the reports, normally what you call the Global Competitiveness Index report, normally released by World Economic Forum and other global bodies like that. About a year or two ago, the major focus was on education and training. And it was concluded that it was one of the major, in fact, in every economy, there are three major factors for growth and development to be achieved. One is availability of capital.
Sure.
In Africa, we tend to have so much capital, even though that's being corruptly wasted. But we have capital in Africa. But that's a matter for another day. Two is technology. All right? In an economy where you have modern ways and means of doing things, that economy is bound to grow and develop. The number three, and very critical, is human capital. Mind you, it's human capital that manages technology. It's human capital that manages capital.
So it's more or less the most important.
Very critical, because if you have if you have bad egg inside your company, all the money where they do now kaput.
Exactly.
So,
now, speaking of
wastage,
as you just talk this bad
technology cannot be managed well.
As you talk this bad egg now, it just brings us to a scenario where we share it, because now some companies go talk, say, as they don't train once, as we talk, what's the use of retraining again when it looks as if it's a waste of money? Take for example now, one of the governors for inside Nigeria here, we come outside, do tests on the teachers, and a lot of the teachers failed.
Serious
and
failing,
because of them, because they failed, he come outside talk say it's going to lay them off. And as we speak, inside the paper, as we speak this morning, he come outside, they dare them because the teachers are planning on going on strike. But they don't come outside and say, are they there now? In that kind of situation, how you feel, say, if you handle the human capital? The
question for the governor,
scenario?
Human capital development is a personal property. Everybody must take responsibility for his own development, his or her own development. But the question for the governor is, how much has he or had he over time, invested in improving teachers, in the state through teacher education, retraining, seminars, conferences? How much do we invest in them? They're almost like, dead horses, and nobody tries to wake them up and, make them improve. That's a major issue in this country. Mind you, the university system in this country is, very, very, how do I put it? I don't want to use a very harsh word, but, very ineffective, so to speak. you know, and because of the way lecturers are treated, people that remain in the university to teach these days are not the best brains. I'm sorry to say this.
But I know say before
Once a good number of good brains stay back.
Yes,
because
I know say they'll give the best student, best graduate student, like in my department, they offer the best graduate student opportunity to stay
Many
back
times
and
they
lecture.
don't stay back.
And lecture.
Sometimes they do.
Because most of them are not into teaching.
Those who have the passion and have no other choice, they do that. But other people know that if they step outside this country with that same, skill to teach, they make a lot. If you see a professor in the US, a professor in UK, or even in Asia, you can't compare them with how much, we pay professors in Nigeria here.
Okay,
but
so
it's a big issue.
Yes, now you talk about...
We don't treat our human capital with any sense of dignity. So are you
saying if teachers can fail competency tests, so let's not blame the teacher, but blame the state
teacher, we not train them. We know sabi anything. What you go can't teach students. So you can imagine the kind of students that those teachers produce in our economy. These are students who come out, manage their way through the university and come out and they say, I don't graduate, I need to work. Who go employ them?
So what's the best way to actually handle situations like this?
Government needs to take the educational sector a bit more serious.
By sacking them? Is that
not by sacking them.
Okay.
One, by improving the selection process.
Okay.
Who do you select to teach? Do you select based on political or local government quota system and all of those things? Or do you select people who are properly trained and who have the passion and commitment to be great teachers? That's very important. By the time you select them, the next important thing is how do you help them to improve? What standards do you put in place for them to keep improving every year? They can go for sabbatical, for exchange programs, for constant seminars and trainings, for group exchange programs and all of that, even within the state. Challenge them, put prizes. You don't even have to punish. You can even put an incentive for best teacher in the state. I'm going to give this award. For the most improved teacher in the year, I'm going to give this award. Cause them to go for programs. They can even commit their own fund to go for program and make it a minimum standard that every year each teacher in a state will go for one program or the other. We are there to arrange these programs and conferences. Okay, now as you just talked now about arranging programs and conferences, for inside Nigeria, a lot of people don't discover, say, when it comes to trainings, if A get training for Nigeria and B get training for Obodo abroad, most times tendencies are they go pick that person, we go get that training, even if it's a professional training. It's very unfortunate. Overseas. That's what we call foreign demonstration effect in an economy. The tendency to want to consume only foreign goods, even if they are poisonous. Like the kind of frozen foods and some agricultural products that we bring in here are poisonous and sometimes badly prepared. But once they bear the logo of a foreign country, made in China, made in America, we go for them. It's on our 10. Meanwhile, maybe your own fowl, where you kill here, where see they fresh from maybe a passenger from somewhere close by, they better held there for you. The other one, don't pack all the all the nyama chemicals them to make the thing stay long for sea, 90 days before you go reach here. Now you they like consume. Anything where they will call and say, peanut butter. They call it peanut butter. The same okwose in Igbo. That same granite that we grind. Yes, they carry and they chop garden egg. When they sweet anything, we don't go chop that one because it's a local product. What do you call it? Peanut butter. Yeah, that's what people like. Peanut butter, that's what we like, man. Coming from America. It's horrible. So you have very sound training programs in Nigeria. We have professional institutions in Nigeria. Some of us also know the kind of quality program. I take programs outside Nigeria. I've done programs in a number of African countries. But what do you challenge when you face as regards to your trainings? It's the same challenge. Companies see training as expenditure. They don't see it as investment in their business. And if you look at it in Nigeria, that's why companies don't go beyond level of mediocrity. Companies don't survive their owners. They don't become sustainable over time because people are not of the best quality they can be. It's a major issue. So whether you go to London or you go to Lagos to train, once you are having quality, that's what matters. Some people even travel to Dubai or to London to go and do a nonsense training. A training. But now speaking of training, people go and do a masters, they say, oh, the UK, and we rush for them. Meanwhile, they cannot even defend the paper they are holding. We can still do a lot to develop our own system locally because we have very sound minds in Nigeria. The only thing working against us is the environment we create for ourselves.
Okay, I'm going to need to come in now. Speaking of the trainings, you get any other project right now where they work on? Because as they talk training now, a lot of people go to
We have plenty projects, plenty of them.
Lots of them.
We have in Flame Academy and Consulting Limited, we run open programs. This year we have lined up many Obonge programs, both in banking and finance, management, customer service, and so on. We have the timetable, which I can even share with you to tell all our viewers.
Okay,
we have programs of business.
website,
yes,
yeah.
we have it's www.flameconsultinglimited.com.
Flame Consulting.
If you go there now,
Let's spell it. Let's quickly.
Flame is like fire. F-L-A-M-E. Consulting. C-O. That's one word. F-L-A-M-E. C-O-N-S-U-L-T-I-N-G. L-I-M-I-T-E-D.
All right, so it's actually
Flame
on the screen
Consulting Limited.
Limited, okay.
All right? .com.
Oh,
if you go there on our homepage, you go see our first quarter programs. Very interesting programs. We have finance for non-finance skills, for non-finance people. If you, whether you study English or archaeology for university, but you don't grow for your company, you are becoming director, executive manager, whether in public or private company, come there, we'll teach you basic finance.
Truthfully, I wish we can actually keep you from here to tomorrow, but
Yeah.
I know we are our
Questions.
friend. Thank you so much, Mr. Orji Udemezue.
I hope we'll have more time to talk about these things.
We have to bring you back.
We need to bring
I'm
you back
coming in here
because
again.
so
If you call
many,
me,
so
there's
many
a lot to
opportunities.
talk about. It's a
State
major
of the
issue in
nation.
this economy. So anytime you call me, let me know.
Well, thank you
I'll be
very
pleased to
much.
come.
To enjoy more of these our Obonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love am.